Okay, Ji, we are going to do the numerical examples of chapter number 3. We do example number 3.2. Example number 3.2 says, repeat example number 3.1 if the source is a laser diode with a 1 nanometer spectral width. So there were two ports in the previous examples, that is example number 3.1. So we will do two parts of this example as well. In part 1 of the previous example, the wavelength was 0.82 micrometer, and at the mentioned wavelength the value of material dispersion was 110 picosecond by nanometer kilometer. So this is the value of the material dispersion, and we obtained this value from the graph which is available in the book. So you guys can find out, you see this value from the graph which is given in the book. Delta lambda in this particular case is 1 nanometer. So this is the data for the first part of example number 3.2. So basically we will use the value of m, this value of m, and we will use this value of delta lambda to find out the pulse spread per unit length first, and then we will calculate the total pulse spread in the information channel. So let us do the first part of example number 3.2. So we do the first part of example number 3.2, and we find out the pulse spread per unit length first. So the pulse spread per unit length will be equal to m delta lambda. So we ignore the minus sign in this particular case. We calculate the pulse spread with the help of this particular equation. We do not consider the minus sign on the right hand side of this equation. So let us put the values on the right hand side. The m is 110 and delta lambda in this numerical example is 1. So we get 110 picosecond per kilometer. So this is the pulse spread per unit length. We want to calculate the total pulse spread, and the total pulse spread, which is represented by delta tau, will be equal to the pulse spread per unit length multiplied by the length of the information channel. So we use this particular equation to find out the total pulse spread in the path. So let us put the values on the right hand side of this particular equation. So if we put the values on the right hand side, the pulse spread per unit length is known, which is 110 and the length of the information channel is known as well, which is 10. So the total pulse spread will be 1100, and this pulse spread will be 1100 picoseconds. The unit of the pulse spread in this particular case is picoseconds. If you want to calculate it in nanosecond, then the pulse spread will be equal to 1.9 nanosecond. So this is how we calculate the total pulse spread in the first part of this particular question. Let us find out the pulse spread in the second part of this particular numerical example. So in the second part, the central wavelength in the previous example was 1.5 micrometer. So this was 1.5 micrometer. The central wavelength was 1500 nanometer. So we calculated, you see, the value of m in the previous example, and the value of m in the previous example was 15 picosecond. This was picosecond divided by nanometer into kilometer. So this was the value of m in the previous example. So the value of m is known, and we can find out the pulse spread per unit length. So let us find out the pulse spread per unit length. So the pulse spread per unit length will be equal to m delta lambda, where delta lambda is the pulse spread, and where delta lambda is the spectral width of the source, which is 1 nanometer in this particular case. So we put the values. The material dispersion was 15, and delta lambda is 1, so we get 15 excuse me, picosecond per kilometer. So this is the pulse spread per unit length. So let us calculate the total pulse spread. So the total pulse spread will be equal to the total pulse spread will be equal to the pulse spread per unit length multiplied by the length of the information channel, and it will give you the total pulse spread in the given information channel. The length of the given information channel is 10 kilometer. So we put the values on the left hand side of this particular equation. The pulse spread per unit length is 15. So let us put the values on the left hand side of this particular equation. So we have 15 picosecond per kilometer multiplied by 10 kilometer, so we get 150 picosecond. So this is the pulse spread in picosecond. If you want to calculate this pulse spread in nanosecond, so this will be 0.15 nanosecond. So this will be the total pulse spread in the given information channel. So this was example number 3.2. Let us do example number 3.3. So we go to example number 3.3. Example number 3.3 says calculate the material dispersion So basically we need to find out the value of m at 1.5 micrometer if the zero dispersion wavelength is 1.3 micrometer. So we will find out the material dispersion with the help of this particular equation, and we will consider all the wavelengths of this particular equation in nanometer. So you see, lambda in this particular case, lambda in this particular case is 1500. Let me write down this 1550 once again. Let me write it on the next slide. Okay, so we go to the next slide, and you see lambda in this particular case is 1550 nanometer. Let me write down this meter once again. So we have nanometer. This is 1550 nanometer. This is the wavelength of the light signal. Lambda naught in this particular case is 1300 nanometer, and m in this particular case is minus 0.095. all right, so you see, we will put, you see, these values in this particular equation. Let me show you the equation once again. We will put all these values in this particular equation to find out the material dispersion in this numerical example. So let us do it. So we go ahead and we put the values in that particular equation. We calculate m with the help of this particular equation. Here is m naught, which is minus 0.095. Here is lambda, which is 1550 nanometer. Here is lambda naught, which is 1300, and here is lambda, which is 1550. If we simplify the right hand side of this equation, we get the value of m, which is known as the material dispersion. So this is the value of m in this particular case. M is minus 18.6 picosecond by nanometer kilometer. So this is the value of m in example number 3.3. So let us do example number 3.4. So in example number 3.4, we need to compute the pulse spread when the light source emits at 1320 nanometer. So this is the wavelength of the light and has a 2 nanometer spectral width. The line width of the source is 2 nanometer, and the zero dispersion wavelength is 1300 nanometer. Right, so we need to calculate the total pulse spread in this particular case, and we assume that the length of the information channel in this particular numerical example is 10 kilometer. We need the length to find out the total pulse spread in the information channel. So let us go to the next slide, and definitely we will use this particular equation to find out, you see, the material dispersion first. And in this particular equation, m naught is minus 0.095 5. So this is the value of m naught. Lambda is known, which is 1320. So as far as you see, lambda is concerned, the value of lambda is 1300. No, this is 1320. So lambda is 1320 and lambda naught is 1300, right? So we put the values in this particular equation, and we find out the value of m first. So let us calculate the value of m with the help of this particular equation. So m will be equal to minus 0.095 divided by 4, and then we have lambda, which is 1320 minus 1320 raised to power 4 divided by 1300 raised to power 3. Probably this is the equation. So let me verify the equation once again. So we have lambda naught. No. Let me make correction in this particular equation. We have 1300 over here, and we have 1320 in the denominator. So let me make correction over here. We have 1300 raised to power 4, and we have 1320 raised to power 3. So let me make this 1300 a bit clear for you guys. So this is 1300, right? So here is the value of m naught, here is the value of lambda, and here is the value of lambda naught, and here is the value of lambda. So the value of m is 1.86. You see, if we calculate the value of m with the help of this particular equation, we get 1.86 picosecond per nanometer per kilometer. So if we simplify this particular equation, we get the value of m, which is 1.86 picosecond by nanometer kilometer. And now we calculate the pulse spread per unit length. So let us calculate the pulse spread per unit length. The pulse spread per unit length will be equal to m delta lambda. And let us see what is the line width of the source. So the line width of the source is 2 nanometer. So we put the values over here. We have 1.86, this is the value of m, multiplied by 2 nanometer, which is the value of delta lambda. So the pulse spread per unit length in this particular case will be 3.72. So we get 3.72 picosecond per kilometer. So this is the pulse spread per unit length in example number 3.4. So let us calculate the total pulse spread. So the total pulse spread will be equal to the pulse spread per unit length this will be equal to the pulse spread per unit length multiplied by the length of the information channel, and the length of the information channel in this numerical example is 10 kilometer. So let us put the values. The pulse spread per unit length is 3.72, right? This is 3.72 picosecond per kilometer, and we have multiplied by 10, so we get 30.72. the unit will be picosecond, right? So 30.72 is the picosecond is the total pulse spread in the given information channel. So let us represent this pulse spread in nanosecond. So the total pulse spread in nanosecond is 37.2 picosecond. This was 30. This is 37.2, right? Okay, let me correct the answer over here. This is 37. This is 37.2. So let me make correction over here. This is 37.2 picoseconds. So the total pulse spread is 37.2 picoseconds. We can represent it in nanosecond. In nanosecond, it will be equal to 0.0372. This is 2 nanosecond. So this will be the total pulse spread in the given information channel. The length of the information channel is 10 kilometer. Okay, we do example number 3.5. Example number 3.5 says, for the condition stated in example number 3.1 and 3.2, compute the rate length and the frequency length products. Okay, so in this particular example, we need to consider example number 3.1 and example number 3.2, right? So I consider example number 3.1 first. So in example number 3.1, we have been given a source, that is light emitting diode. The wavelength was 0.82, and the spectral width of the source was 20. We calculated the pulse spread, and the pulse spread was 2200 picosecond per kilometer, or 2.2 nanosecond per kilometer. So the question says, calculate F3dB into L, R NRZ into L, F3dB electrical into L, and RRZ into L. And you know the equation of all these quantities. So anyhow, we will consider this particular source first. We will consider this particular source first, where the wavelength is 0.82, the spectral width is 20 nanometer, and we calculated, you see, the pulse spread per unit length, which was 2.2. So let me calculate F3dB into L optical first. So if you guys remember, F3dB into L, this was optical, was equal to 0.5 divided by delta T per unit length. So we can calculate definitely this one is optical. So we can calculate this frequency link product with the help of this particular equation, and pulse spread per unit length in this particular case is known, which is 2.2 nanosecond per kilometer. So if we put the values in this particular equation, you see we get, you see this product over here. Let me show you the product. We get 0.23 gigahertz kilometer. Here is the answer. So we get 0.23 gigahertz kilometer. So we go to the next slide. If we simplify, if we put the values over here, okay, let me put the values. So we have 0.5 divided by 2.2 into 10 raised to power minus 9. Okay, so we get the answer over here, and the answer, I'm going to check the answer over here, which is 0.23. So the answer is 0.23 gigahertz. We have gigahertz into kilometer. So this is the product of the 3 dB frequency and the length of the information channel. We go to calculate, you see, F3 dB electrical now. So F3 dB into L, and definitely this one was electrical. This one was electrical is equal to 0.35 divided by delta T per unit length. So this was the equation to calculate, you see, F3 dB into L for the electrical signal. So we put the value over here. Let me put the value over here. The pulse spread per unit length is 2.2 nanosecond. So we have 2.2 into 10 raised to power minus 9. So if we simplify it, we get the answer. The answer is in the table. I am going to show you the answer over here, which is 0.16 gigahertz per kilometer. So you see here is the answer, which is 0.16 gigahertz kilometer. So the answer is, let me show you the answer. The answer is 0.16 gigahertz into kilometer. So this is the answer. Now let us calculate the data rate. So for the data rate, okay, let me calculate RRZ. So we have R RZ, and this one was equal to 0.35. It was equal to 0.35 divided by delta T, right? But the question says to calculate RZ, this is return to zero signal, into L, so it will be equal to 0. Let me clear this 0 for you guys. We have 0.3 0.35 divided by delta T by L, and this delta T by L is 2.2 nanosecond. So what we do, we put the value of this pulse spread per unit length over here. So if I put the value over here, which is 2.2 into 10 raised to power minus 9. So if we check the table, the answer is given in the table. I will show you the answer. So you see, here is the answer. This is 0.16 gigabits per second into kilometer. So this is the answer. The answer is, let me write down the answer for you guys. So we have RZ into L, so that is equal to 0.16 gigabits per second, this is second, into kilometer. So this is the return to zero signal data rate into the length of the information channel. Okay, let us consider the data rate of the non-return to zero signal. So the data rate of the non-return to zero signal, we have NRZ. So let me consider the data rate of the NRZ signal. This was equal to 0.71 divided by delta T. If you guys remember, we derived, you see, this particular equation in the previous class. So if we multiply both sides of this equation by the length of the information channel, so if I multiply the left hand side by the length of the information channel, and if I multiply the right hand side by the information the length of the information channel, I will get, you see, the equation for this product. So R and RZ multiplied by the length of the information channel will be equal to 0.71 divided by delta T, the pulse spread per unit length. And we know that the pulse spread per unit length in this particular case is 2.2 nanosecond. So this is 2.2 nanosecond. Excuse me, Sadiq Ali is calling from UK. So let me pause the video for some time. Let me pause the video, and then so let us calculate this data rate. So this data rate, which is the data rate of the non return to zero signal, which is the data rate of the non-return to zero signal, non-return to zero signal multiplied by the length of the information channel will be equal to 0.71 divided by the pulse spread per unit length was 2.2 into 10 raised to power minus 9. And if we simplify this product, we get the answer in the table. You see here is the answer. We get 0.32 gigabits per second. So my dear students, this is the time for the Maghrib prayer. I cannot continue this class right now. So what you guys can do, you guys can repeat, you see, the same equation for the light emitting diode having a frequency of 1.5, having a wavelength of 1.5, spectral width of 50, and the pulse spread per kilometer is 0.75. You guys can calculate this quantity, this quantity, this quantity, and this quantity, and similarly repeat it for all these sources. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.